I just want to start by saying, thanks to my family, everyone that's here tonight. Thank you for the football team and the football program. Thank you to all my coaches that's helped me through this process. And I also like to thank the Shelby community and Shelby student body. So with that, I'm going to sign my letter of intent to University of Virginia. Done. Over with. It's over with. Oh man, I'm just done. Oh man, crazy.
Tell me about your sensation now. Recruiting process in the books, you're over with it. Is it more like relief, excitement? What would you say you're feeling?
I would say it is relief and excitement at the same time. The recruiting process is a long process, and you have a lot of emotions that go into it. Making a decision for the rest of your life with the college you're about to choose. So, it is a big relief off my shoulders. I'm glad I chose Virginia, and me and my family couldn't be more happier.
Even though the ceremony's like 4 seconds long, like watching the kid sign for a Power 5, a guy that came through your program 4 years, obviously did a bunch with you together. What did that feel like for you?
I've told only a few people this. I don't know if I've ever said it media-wise, so might be the first media guy that's heard this, but I've only won one football game as a head coach without 5 under center. What he's done for the program has been fantastic, and not only just him, but his teammates. I think Brennan's just actually like a kind of a lead piece of what is a really special group of the seniors that we just had.
You personally own just about every quarterback record now for the history of the whole program, and then a lot of your teammates too. Like pretty much this class owns most of the major records at this school for football. What does that mean to you personally, that you and all your boys are a part of something special here?
Yeah, it just goes to show what hard work does. We definitely have a lot of talent just by God-given talent, we got blessed with a lot of that, but we work hard every day. We knew that's what we had to do to become like a great team in this school. Obviously we're the best team, and we can be considered the best team in Shelby history now, but a lot of the guys that are on the team, they're great people too. So, and they work hard each and every day in practice in the weight room. So that's what basically got us here to where we are.
What you're going to miss with a Brennan Armstrong that's tough to recreate is just that leadership, toughness, practice, all the things really when the cameras and the lights aren't on, the things that it takes to be a great player. We check those boxes with him, because if you want to be special, you've got to be willing to do the hard work when it's not glamorous. When the lights are on, are you prepared to be the man? And Brennan was always prepared to be the man.
What most appealed to you about Virginia and playing for Bronco Mendenhall and that staff?
Yeah, well, Virginia, I feel like they're on the right path of getting better and better each and every year. They've been there for 3 years, the coaching staff has, and obviously they've proven themselves a little bit this year with the games they've been in and different things like that, like up against Miami. Also, the family feel there, it comes naturally there. It doesn't have to be kind of fake. It's more of a family feel. Instantly you get there, you feel it. I feel like I'm going to be in a good position with the type of style they run and for their offense, and I just couldn't be more happy with my decision.
Obviously, initially committing to Minnesota, PJ Fleck. Ultimately, why the change of heart?
I'll tell you exactly what happened. They got a preferred walk-on. I talked to them about it. What felt comfortable, I was perfectly fine staying, no problems. Virginia got a word of the preferred walk-on. They started contacting me again. The relationships came back pretty hard, so I felt like I had a little bit of doubts, and I feel like Virginia would be the right place for me, so that's why I reopened it and went there.
When you reopened the process, how many teams were actually involved before you narrowed it down and you picked the Cavaliers?
Indiana University hit me up. Kentucky came after me too.
Most programs that you can think of, Lincoln Riley, who's now the head coach of Oklahoma, sat in Shelby and talked to Brennan and watched them work out. When Lincoln Riley said, "Coach, you have one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the country, enjoy that." That came from Lincoln Riley.
North Carolina was another hard one. For the top 3, it would probably be North Carolina, Virginia, Minnesota, when I reopened it.
We had coaches obviously from North Carolina. Ryan Day was in here from Ohio State. He was recruited by teams that are in the top 5 and teams who were trying to get to the top 5. I think Brennan from day one felt comfortable with 2 specific staffs, but I think the one that he just felt the most comfortable with was the Virginia staff.
All right, last question for you. Do you believe that you were the best athlete to ever come through Shelby High School?
Oh, I can never say that. I'll never say I'm better than anything.
He's definitely one of the best athletes. He's the best football player. I don't think you can argue that because, offense, defense. You're talking about a guy who's first team All-League both ways. There's been guys that have done that. He's the only 3-time All-Ohio football player we have.
I work hard every day, just like any other person that would be, want to be considered that. I know they would work hard in what they did too. So
it's definitely fair to say that the production matched the hype. You know, sometimes you get the hype, vice versa. But I tell people this. You know, from everything I can recall, and then talking to the old timers, I've talked to the guys that played on the '60s teams, and every one of them have said two things resounding to me. This was the best team in the history of Shelby football, and Brennan Armstrong's the best player they've ever seen.
You know, I'm glad to be in the position I am and get the recognition I do. And so, yeah, it's been a fun time for the 4 years I've been here.
Brennan Armstrong's the best player from start to finish, both sides of the ball, in his diversified skill set. Probably the best player I've ever coached.